Hi, welcome to the Noisy Golf YouTube channel. We are absolutely delighted today to do something a little bit different that we've not done before. Thank you to everybody who's looked at our podcast where we've done interviews with some really influential players, coaches and things like that. But today we wanted to bring on a very special guest to do something quite different as we play on the golf course. Introducing Mr. Devon Petersen.
What's happening? I'm happy to be travel the distance, but yeah, we crossing darts with golf, and I've just learned the sport as well and fell in love with it and addicted, and like you noisy golf fans as well, I'm sure that you're going to be enjoying today's YouTube.
Super. So Devon, you've just got into golf. How long have you been playing?
Generally, I'm going to say this season, probably 5 months, if you must call it that. So
okay.
Yeah, I've had one coaching lesson, but yeah, the technical aspect of the game, it does have so many similarities, or so aligned to golf or to darts. It feels like it sharpens up those areas in darts away from the game itself. So yeah, it's something to do and get out as well and walk around and chase balls.
Superb. Well, hopefully the elements don't defeat us today. It has just started raining, unfortunately, but we'll plough through that. So up until recently, then, you've never played golf before, even as a child growing up. Is something that you've done?
Yeah, so we have driving ranges that you go and meet friends and just hit balls, but it's never been something that I've committed to or wanted to learn and hit properly and kind of play. And obviously watching golf all the years, I mean, now you got the likes of Bryson DeChambeau and all of these new young players coming through, so it got me a bit excited about the sport. And I thought Joe Cullen is a good golfer as well, so okay. Obviously I spent a lot of time with him and just enjoying that as well. So he got me kind of come out with me a few times, and then I realized then is that the techniques that you can learn and the swings and all of those things and the clubs, and yeah, it just took me down a rabbit hole, and now I'm addicted, and I think this will be my next sport basically.
Super. Handicap at the moment?
I'm going to say 28, because
okay.
Obviously I don't have an official handicap. I've not become a member. I'll definitely become a member next season, but yeah, 28. I've played off 30 before and I've kind of played okay, so I'll go today and challenge it a bit and go 28.
Superb. Massive thanks to Eastham Lodge on the Wirral as well, which is where we're playing today, and also our sponsors Adcon Consultancy. So check out as we tee off from the first hole.
All right, like I said, all right.
So good start on the first. Let's see where we're.
Yeah, I think your approach with the hybrid was great. Definitely slightly a bit better course management, but my I'm more of a go big or go home. So you have to turn up with a big dog and slice it to the right, and then I think golf has taught me, like, it's a lot of scrambling though. Like, you'll make a lot more mistakes on the course, but it's your survival game. So how do you hit good shots from bad positions and all of those things? So
absolutely,
it's the same in darts though. I mean, like when you throw 45 and you find yourself in a silly number and your opponent's there, it's the same kind of pressure. So it kind of sharpens up that, like I mentioned at the top of the show, and it's really something that I want to work on. But yeah, I'm still new to golf, so I'm just going to hit it as far as I can.
Good stuff. Well, hopefully we can find the ball. I think we're just over on the right. I don't know whether it seems to have some speed on it. I know that. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's.
Find it.
And I think this is where I count my steps. Is looking for balls basically.
So how do you feel when you're on the first tee in comparison to when you're walking onto the stage? Because obviously you're a big personality. You're a big guy. A lot of people love seeing you play on the big stage.
Yeah.
How do you feel on a golf course in comparison?
It's literally, the expectation is not to be a superstar immediately, but I know that I'll grow into the game, and with the coaching that I'm gonna get, I'm sure I'll be able to hold my own and less of looking for balls and more fairway play. So yeah, it's just one of those. But this is the real golf though. This is fairway is easy. Looking for balls for 45 minutes and then...
Exactly. Oh, I think we might have found it just there. I think you might be in luck.
That is me. Not that bad shot though. That's what you call a safety. Perfect.
That's okay, I'll take that.
Oh, Devon. It's the sexy shot now. It's the sexy shot. Boom. And let's hope it delivers.
That's okay, we're out.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I tend to watch a lot of videos and things on YouTube, but I don't really get too bogged down in them.
All right.
Because I think if you can watch too many of them, it can sort of
Give you too much kind of
give you too
information.
much.
Yeah.
I played a lot of golf as a junior. I think I got around as low as 12 when I was maybe 14.
All right.
And after I got into snooker and I didn't play golf until I was like 25.
Yeah.
So after that was it really. But yeah, I've always been okay, but I just try and keep things relatively simple and not try and do too much with it really. So
Yeah, that's where I got my learning as well from the YouTube. Little bump and run.
bump and run, you've
Yeah.
nice up and down,
Up and
tidy
down.
up.
Lovely.
Nice.
Sick.
Sit.
Slightly quick. Close. Want to finish?
Let me finish
Is that
that.
like a gimme or do you?
I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that good?
It's a gimme, yeah.
Okay. Nice. Oh, there she goes.
Thank you, and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah. The next one should be quite an interesting hole. I think it measures about 340.
All right.
Dog leg left, which I think is coming up now. For me, I generally take probably a hybrid. I think because it naturally bends left. You've got quite a slope on the fairway, so if you don't get it a huge mile away, it will run down quite a bit. So yeah, it's a good hole, easy on the eye, and one of which, if you can play a good tee shot, you'll have a very easy approach in. It's just one of those puts in the bag that tends to work. So
Lots of confidence in the hybrid.
Let's see if we can do it again. Oh, it could be okay. It could be okay.
Might be fine there.
Could be okay.
And that is what you call a gaffer. Well, the thing of golf is what I've learned is it's not how you start though.
Absolutely. In your sport, it is absolutely how you finish.
Yeah. So driving for show and then putting for dough, I guess. Oh, not really. Your son plays. How do you feel about like him obviously achieving great heights, and obviously your aspirations would be he becomes a pro?
No, I'll be honest, like, one of the things that we've learned with Noisy Golf and the podcasts that we've done is just to keep it fun. The reality is I don't think any kid really knows what it means to be a professional sportsman.
Yeah.
And we did a fantastic podcast with Michelle Holmes, Laura Landon Holmes, who are very brilliant coaches in the States.
Yeah.
And they've given many stories about how kids have lost interest in golf at the ages of 13, 14. And my motivation as a dad is, and it'll be the same with Leo. Leo's turned 2 recently.
I've seen him swing and miss as well. Yeah.
Well, absolutely. It's just to keep it fun and make memories. And if we can, along the path, if Isaac wants to take that a little bit more serious, if Leo's the same, then
that's what you want
I'll
to do.
support them. But at the minute, it's just having the best time on the golf course with the kids, and something that it's just the best thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah. I think that's important. As a parent myself, I look at my son and think, what sport are you going to do? Simply because I obviously play at an elite level dart, so you automatically, because your dad's a sportsman, an athlete,
Yeah.
you automatically think, you know, your son will probably pick it up. But as long as he has fun with whatever he's doing, I think that's the most important
And that's
thing.
exactly that is all you can ask, and that's you know, and it's the same in anything that you do. As long as you know you can focus your mind on doing that and just have fun with it, and that's all you can do. It's all you can ask.
So yeah, we've got a fun lie. And then we tap it.
There we go.
And that is. Yeah, the thing is what I've experienced with golf courses is that because so inexperienced on the golf course and not knowing how to play, so generally you can play the same golf course a million times and have a million different results.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I've learned that, and now obviously seeing would have been simple just to hit it to here and play the next one there.
A nice shot in. Absolutely. Okay. So you've delved into the commentary box,
Yeah.
as well as competing on stage. How have you found that transition?
It's been something of an eye opener because it allows me to look at the game analytically, not just my game but my opponents as well.
Yeah.
Darts is not a game that you kind of prep a strategy for, where if you look at football they'll look at loads of video and they look at opposing teams as well. Darts is just play your best 501 and win. You know what I mean? Get to the double and check it out. Don't miss opportunities. But yeah, once I started looking at that, it changed the way in which I looked and understood players' mannerisms, how I shouldn't be kind of looking at games differently, and it helped my game in 2020. Was by far my standout season so far as in a career, and yeah, it's all because of the build-up of the analytical approach. So yeah, it's changed. So now I've got a coach, which is Wayne Model, nutritional coach to maintain the focus and all of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, and psychological coach as well, sports psychologist. So just keeping all of the things, just to give you that extra 5-6% to become the world champ.
Superb. And how have you found that's evolved your game?
So I think from a big thing that I've been starting to research is nutrition, simply because staying focused for longer periods.
Okay.
And a big thing came out was hydration. So making sure that you're hydrated well, and it's not just drinking water on the day you play. It's it's weeks into, so that your hydration levels in your body, and it keeps you awake, aware, and focused as well. And the concentration can be kept for long periods. So these are things that we're putting into the game, and the game is moving scientifically, definitely. So yeah, let's see what happens.
Good stuff.
Superb. Nice little
It's
drop.
okay. I'll take that.
It's it.
Unlucky.
Ah. I'll just finish it off. Does it have the legs?
Yes!
It does.
Yeah, sometimes it can be quite challenging as a dad, you know, with your boy on the course, or girl of course, but generally it's just trying to keep it fun and just get them to accept it is the way it is.
I think a big thing about that is because the golf that we, or as kids, we view, I'm going to call myself a kid as well, because when I started playing darts, the darts that I used to view was VHS DVD, which was professionals. You know what I mean? So they wasn't watching the likes of Bryson, and you got Rory and all of these top professionals, and them hitting the fairway, green, and all of these low scores and perfect shots, and they expect to do the exact same. So understanding that, and I think that as parents as well, coaching, not just from a darts perspective, but any sport, like coaching and making them understand that you will grow. Just trust the process, and if you have a bad shot, or if you have a bad throw, or whatever it happens, there's another opportunity to change it and correct it. And I think that we can all learn from that as well.
100%. It's very humbling at golf anyway. No, absolutely. Right, the next hole that we've got coming up, it's the first par 3. Plays about 165, 170. I think they've just brought the tees forward on this one. Obviously bunkers left and right, quite steep when you get up there, so try and avoid them. And yeah, see what you can do. Just tailed off to the right. Just tailed off to the right.
Oh, coming over. how did noisy golf come about though?
So noisy golf came about. Good question. I can tell you in the comms box because you're the guy asking all the questions at the moment. But, yeah, so as you know, Isaac got into golf when he was just before his 6th birthday, and at the time we just went to the driving range and just tried to get him to enjoy it. And then when it came to Christmas that year, we just thought we'd be able to just go out and
Get some stuff for him,
some stuff, yeah. And there wasn't a huge amount of choice, and then COVID, sort of the year after, gave us a lot of thinking time. Jade's worked in early years education.
Yeah.
I've worked in marketing, web development, and that sort of thing. So the opportunity came just to give it a go, really.
Nice.
So things are good. And I think that we're in 7 countries so far. We're in 5 states in the US. Things are good in that respect.
Yeah.
But I think one of the things that we've really appreciated as we've got into this space is that there's a need for a voice to really help communicate a positive message for parents.
Yeah.
Who some may know golf, some may not, and hence we've launched a podcast with the Noisy Golfer. We've had some fantastic guests on, got some great feedback. So we want to use our platform really to try and help parents and people with all different backgrounds just the best possible chance in golf and get the best experience out of it, really. So
Brilliant.
yeah, that's what we're trying to do. And
Trying to make a lot of noise. Positive
Trying to
noise.
make a lot of noise. I like that. Yeah.
Positive noise.
Nice.
There.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
Oh,
There we go.
back of the bag.
Nicely done. Very nice. It's a 4th hole, bit of a shaky start, but we're doing okay. I'm just enjoying it, to be honest, at the minute. How are you finding it?
Yeah, I think the wadding part for me was the putting always. Because when you get onto a new green, and obviously depending on the weather conditions, it can be slow, it can be quick, but the putting has been great. So now the swing will just come in and 4th hole in and take it from here.
Well, we'll need a big one here. It's measuring 434. It's a dog leg right, and just try and get it as close to those trees as you can, nice and straight. Right is trouble. So yeah, just let's see how we can.
I think I'm going to call on my inner Bryson DeChambeau, yeah, and then just send it to the moon.
Yes. Beauty. Absolute beauty.
Making sure that when you're snacking on the correct stuff, eating the correct stuff. Because a lot of the times when you're playing darts, the time around it is not where you kind of eating healthy. You're not finding the time to buy healthy stuff. So I've started using a shake and just making sure that my snacks, which is protein chips, protein bar, loads of hydration, and I think in the long run it will benefit me. And when my game comes back to form, I think it will give me the longevity that I actually want.
Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. I know when we met in sort of 2009,
Yeah.
I think it was at the Ali Pali, that's obviously where we first met. You were in the throes of moving from South Africa and making more of a permanent UK base. How's that gone for you, and how are you settling into UK life?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, at that time, my missus just came over. We had a kid as well. So yeah, you realize things get very serious very quickly when you have to make the decision. Before, I was traveling back and forth, it was easy, and then you realize that when you bring your missus and your kid, it's or your missus and then have a kid here, it's extra mouths to feed. You're wadding a little more. It did hamper my game a bit, but I think that I've got to terms with it, and yeah, I'm playing the best darts I ever played, simply because you got the support and the culture of staying here now. So
Yeah,
it definitely brings you and hones you in as well. So yeah, it's great.
superb.
Really great.
No,
The weather's not great, but everything else is okay.
Well, that's the thing, obviously moving to the UK presents its own challenges anyway, or any
Yeah.
country. What have you found to be the most What are the main things you miss from home that you just can't get here?
So obviously family, straight away. I'm a big family man, and enjoy the family kind of interaction, and then weather, and just knowing where everything is. And Cape Town is literally a smallish place with loads of opportunity and run around and all of those things, and then you get here and then you have to kind of find your way. But it's great to explore with your family as well. Like, we've done loads of different things here that you wouldn't have time to do, because in South Africa everything is about friends and family and meeting up and all of those things. Yeah, you just got a lot of time for yourself and your family, so it's great. And obviously darts allows us to travel as well a lot, so it's fantastic.
Fantastic. Well,
which one is yours? Is that one yours?
No, that is your ball down there, my friend. So you're
is that me there?
You are gone.
Let's go.
That is one of the best shots I think I've ever played.
You play with him every week, or
no, I'm playing with him probably. He has coaching on a Thursday, and at Chester North Wales Golf Academy.
Okay.
Shout out to Nathan and Paul Williams down there. He just loves it there.
Good job, guys.
And plays here at Saturday in the competitions with the other juniors.
All right.
And I think that one of the challenges for us in this area really is trying to find somewhere that is where he's playing against other kids his age.
All right.
So a lot of the kids are generally sort of 12, 13, 14, but that's good because he's playing with older kids, he's learning loads from them. But at the same time, it's I think it's just about getting the kids into golf at an early age and getting them out of the course, man.
I think the accessibility of golf is slightly different because a lot of the things from price range of the club. So if you look at darts, for example, it's accessible sport. It's just a board in a room. You don't need a lot of space. You always need to go to a range, or
of course,
you know what I mean. And I think that's where. But with the more golf shown on TV and a bigger interest from kids side, and obviously having clothes that they can style in and all of these things, I think that just makes the game a lot more accessible and a lot more fun from that side. Yeah,
that's the main thing. But you've got a good shot in here. Have you got it measured out? What are you?
Yeah, I think I've got like 50. It's 56, 156. So what I'm going to basically try and do is slightly go left of the flag, and then just let it kind of roll onto the green. Oh, left of the hole, but the wrong distance. Course management is a lot more better than mine. Like, mine is more like get as far as you possibly can. Yours is like pinpoint kind of accuracy to a point, and then you think of golf as different levels. So 12 is great for a 28. So 28 watching a 12 handicap is great, and then a 12 watching a scratch is amazing, and then a scratch watching a pro, and then got the elite pro. So
exactly. I mean that's the thing. Like I've thrown at a board when I practice darts, and and I can throw a 180, but put me in front of a stage in front of 6,000 people, I don't think I'd be able to scratch my head. and I think that's the difference, isn't it? Is that it's one thing performing, just having a day out, but when it's your livelihood,
it's different. Yeah,
it's a different beast. How, at what point did you, when you were playing darts, did you think, actually I'm quite good at this?
It wasn't. So let me put it this way: I jumped in like all in. When I won the 2010. I won everything in South Africa and Africa, and then I thought I'm gonna give it a go. I'm not gonna say I didn't expect. I wanted to get my tour card, but I didn't expect it to be a full commitment. I always said, I told my dad that I'm gonna move over, and this is what I'm gonna stay, and this is what I'm gonna do. And my dad never thought that it would happen. It happened, and then you quickly realize how serious it becomes, like doing darts. And I had a tough period in the beginning. Wasn't easy. You're going against like professionals continuously, and players that have so much experience on you, and I just had to trust my belief and ability. And now I find myself, after many years of challenges and uphill battles and hard hours coaching and stuff like that, I mean, you at the end of it all, you just have to trust the process and make sure that
Yeah.
you put in the hours, and you'll find yourself exactly where you want to be.
Superb, superb.
Yeah.
Go. Ah, that's unlucky. That's unlucky.
What a shot, sir.
Take that. Go in the hole.
Oh! What a shot! Look at that park over there. Timed it perfectly.
Well
Little
done.
tap in.
Well done. Nicely done. Yeah. So, last year was a challenging year for many. Obviously with COVID. How was it for you from a sports perspective, and how much did it impact on your schedule, your preparation for the year?
I think obviously it came as a shock to everyone, and we never knew if we were going to have another tournament the season, because obviously the world went into lockdown. It changed the way in which venues were seen, and a lot of our events are locally based, but the Pro Tour is international, so you got players coming from Europe and everywhere else across the globe, and you think a lot of our European tours is in Europe, obviously, so we weren't able to travel. So the PDC done a fantastic job by maintaining everything. They even created a online tournament as well, where it's literally home darts and with a camcorder, not cam, but having the social media aspect of it, and it just created an interest as well. So yeah, I think it was tough for the start, but I took it as an opportunity to kind of get my game in peak performance and conditioning, and when I came out, I wanted to be the strongest I've ever been, and it happened like that. I found myself in more 180s, being a lot more dominant on the Oki, and it just raised my profile a lot more. I started performing really well, beating everybody and anybody, and yeah, I think last season was a great kind of measuring stick for me, because now I know exactly how good I can be and what to kind of aspire to, and I can excel there, because I felt like there were still areas in my game that I could improve. Like every other sportsman, I mean, you always find there's areas you're not at the perfect, unless you're throwing back-to-back 9 darters. I think not in my generation will I see a player that do that, but at this point in time now, I think I'm at the correct point of my career from a maturity aspect, and I could just use this as a platform and a springboard just to kind of jump up even further.
Super. Cool. So hole 5, par 3, measuring probably about 185 to 190. So it's a good hit. The miss either side is quite treacherous, really. You've obviously got trees to the left and the right. The right's a little bit more congested down there, so we don't want to think like that, do we? Just
not at all.
Hit one right on the button, and we'll see how we get on.
Oh, magic. Magic FM. Oh, magic. Magic FM. Ah.
It's dropped there.
On the left.
Unlucky, man. Like you say, do you have any final sort of swing thoughts when you're playing golf, and I suppose in the same way when you're maybe throwing that match-winning double? What are the things that you?
I think in darts, per se, I always have the approach of kill it. So that would trigger my mental side to not think of anything else and just go into like the zone, and especially if you have 3 darts. If I have like a 3-dart finish, which would be 10 plus, it would be give it a go. Like, just make sure that you give it a go. Just removing as much mental things. But when you're standing over the golf ball, you got and you're not knowing where your shot is, and you're just going like, make sure that this is right, make sure, and you try and be methodical about it instead of just feeling it.
I think that's the thing. It's just to feel it. It's a complicated game, but made very, I think broken
easy game
down.
made complicated.
Norman Marshall, one of the junior coaches that we did a podcast with, he said basically, I think you'll appreciate this, is golf is just a series of games. The putting, you've got the chipping, you've got your iron shots, you've got your driving. If you break it down into that and you can master each one, generally you can piece it together like a jigsaw.
Correct.
My word.
There we go. That's exactly what it is about golf though, like and darts per se. I mean, learning about the sport. But a big thing Tiger Woods has that three-step philosophy after hitting a good or bad shot. Is 1, 2, 3, forget about the shot.
Yeah.
It's the same with darts, literally. I mean, walking to the oche, pulling the darts at the board, you can't do nothing about that darts thrown. Do you know what I mean? You can only focus on the next. And the same with every single shot. I mean, you might play a bad shot off the tee, come up, play an okay shot. Now you could rescue the hole by chipping nice and close and putting.
Yeah,
and then all of that stress that you had there behind you is gone.
No, absolutely. How must it feel? Because I remember I was obviously watching a few of your videos and some of your best performances. And I think one of the standout ones was in the Players' Championship final against Devon Petersen.
Yeah.
You've averaged, 113 to miss out 8-7.
Yeah, I had one dart at a double as well. One dart to go through.
That is, I think it's double 16.
Yeah.
How must you feel coming off that as a dart player, as a sportsman? You think, because
I can tell you,
for fun.
Yeah, I can tell you exactly how. So I came off and I said to myself, the only thing that you didn't do there was win. You did everything correct. So sometimes, I mean, that was where Devon Petersen started kind of escalating to another level. He was playing well, and then in that game he just took it to another level. He lost the next game, but he kind of just, that's where Devon Petersen became the world #1, I think, where everything turned around. And in life, I mean, sometimes you can do everything right and it just doesn't go your way. It's just not your time, but you know that the time is next time. The next time I got him on the Euros, it was a different thing. He was leading me 5-1, came back, won the game 6-5, and I went on to win the European Championships that weekend. So yeah, I mean, just trust the process, make sure that you got everything right, and when the opportunity is there, grab with both hands.
Superb. So we're just going to jump on the 17th now, which is a slight dog leg right, about 360 yards. Similar to the first hole really, but you just want to go the other way. You should leave yourself a shot in. Too much right that.
Just control it a bit more.
Beautiful. Oh no.
Might be. Yeah, it's enough. Oh, stick. That's spin. To draw the hole and the match.
Fantastic. Well played, Devon.
Thank you very much.
Superb. Devon, been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me.
Great stuff. Fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed this video so far, but we've got a very exciting video coming soon with Devon against the original Noisy Golfer. Okay, thank you so much for watching part 1 of the Noisy Golf Challenge with Devon Petersen. For part 2, we have a very special challenge. We've got the original Noisy Golfer at Isaac Ellis Golf against Devon Petersen playing the par 3s at Eastham Lodge. Question is, who's going to win? Who do you think?
Me.
I think so too.
Oh, what if I get in the green one?
If you get in the green with one, we'll see. I think the main thing is just play, have fun. Yeah?
I'll probably get it to like 200.
Let's see.
All the best, boy.